In this video, we're going to talk about what a mental coach is and how one can help you as an athlete. Hey there, I'm Eli Straw, mental performance coach and the founder of SuccessStartsWithin.com. Now before we get into the video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're an athlete looking to improve your mental game, because I put out new videos each day on sports psychology and mental training. Now a mental coach is someone who works with you on building mental skills. These mental skills are going to help you perform better in games. Now, a mental coach is also going to work with you to overcome certain mental game challenges. These mental game challenges that you might be facing include some sports performance anxiety, maybe some fear of failure, maybe some high expectations or self-doubt. But when we're working to overcome these mental game challenges, we do that by working to build positive mental skills. So if we just get very simple, a mental coach is going to help you build positive mental skills that are going to increase your performance. Now, when you're working with a mental coach, what's also cool about this is they are someone that you can talk to, someone that you feel comfortable to talk to. And that's a very important piece of working with a mental coach. Because as an athlete, you might not want to tell your coach that you're dealing with some anxiety. You might not even want to tell your teammates. There are many reasons for this, but one of them may be that you want to appear tough to your coach. You don't want to give them any reason maybe to bench you. Or maybe you want to appear tough to your teammates. But in all honesty, there's nothing wrong, and it's very natural for athletes to be dealing with some anxiety or fear. But it's also natural for you to feel a little uncomfortable to maybe talk to your coach about it. And that's where a mental coach comes into play. They are someone that you should feel very comfortable with to where you can talk about these things. But what's even better is that they're also going to be somebody that shows you how to overcome these things like anxiety, fear, or self-doubt. Now, the benefits of working with a mental performance coach are going to include increased confidence, improved motivation, increased focus, stronger mental toughness, improved resilience so you can really bounce back from failure, being able to cope with competition pressure. They're going to show you how to have a calm mind and many more. Now, all of this comes from the development of certain mental skills. And there are many mental skills that we will work on in mental coaching, but what I want to do right now is just maybe cover the top 2 or 3 of them that I think really have an impact on you as an athlete. Number 1 is going to be the skill of proactive confidence. Proactive confidence involves actively working to build your confidence. Because what you have to recognize is that confidence isn't something that you either have or don't have. Confidence is something that you need to be working on building and cultivating on a daily basis. And we do this by using certain tools such as self-talk, performance objectives, and some mental rehearsal. But proactive confidence is going to be a very powerful skill because the more confident you are and the more that confidence is in your control, then the greater you're going to perform during a game. Another mental skill that is very important is coping with failure. There is not a single athlete who's going to go through their career without experiencing some kind of failure or adversity. You know it's going to happen, yet still it's very frustrating and it can often completely derail you. If we look at this on a small scale, so during a game, if you really lose control after you make a single mistake, what typically happens? Well, you end up probably making more mistakes during that game. But then even on a larger scale, so whether it is during a season or from one season to the next, when you experience failure, this can cause you to experience some low confidence, and also it can cause you to maybe have some lack of motivation and possibly even losing the love for your sport. So it's very important that you develop the skill of being able to cope with failure. And one of the best ways that we do that is figuring out a system that we can use to turn failures into a learning experience. And then the third mental skill that I want to mention is focus. You being able to control your focus and your attention as an athlete is very important because there are going to be distractions everywhere. Whether it's the other team, whether it is the fans, whether it's your own thoughts, distractions are going to be everywhere in your sport. So it's very important for you if you want to perform your best to be able to control your focus. Now, one of the ways that we really work on building this skill of focus is through the use of some mindfulness training, but then also through the use of applying performance objectives. And these are a way for you to say, okay, during practice today or during this game, this is what I want to be focused on. And so we use those objectives to help center your attention. Now, those are just 3 of the many skills that will be worked on and developed in mental coaching. Now, if you're interested in mental coaching, how do you kind of get started? Well, mental coaching is going to be a one-on-one process where we will work together to help develop these mental skills. And so in order to do that, what we have to do first is we have to figure out what's your mindset like right now. And that's why I always start mental coaching with an assessment. And after you take that assessment, I will then create your custom mental game plan. And so what the mental coaching will then look like is weekly coaching calls. These are going to be about an hour and done virtually. And then after those weekly coaching calls, I'm going to give you some action steps. And those action steps are going to be where you start applying the tools and the techniques that you learn in those calls, and you start applying them during practices and games. And it's through the combination of those calls mixed with the action steps where you really begin to develop these skills. And by developing those skills, you experience the many benefits that mental coaching has to offer, and then you experience increased performance on the field or court. So if you're interested in learning more about mental coaching and seeing how you can get started, go ahead and click the link that I've put in the description below. If you have any questions about mental coaching or any other sports psychology topic, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of success in all that you do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We put out new videos each week on sports psychology and mental training. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about one-on-one mental performance coaching, head over to successstartswithin.com.